Hello friends and welcome back to our channel once again. So from the title, as you're well aware that the title is NSC's Insider Data Analysis. So from the title itself you would be well aware that what we are going to do here in this particular video. So before moving any further, let me just quickly give you a quick disclaimer that in this video I'm not suggesting any buy or sell signal. This video is strictly for educational purpose only. Okay, so saying that, let's just move forward and start doing our analysis. Okay, so as you know that I do the analysis of the insider report that is publicly available. Yeah, you guys heard me right. The insider information is publicly available on the NSC's website. So this report gets updated on a daily basis. So in order to keep a pace with the NSC, we have to do this particular analysis on a daily basis in order to keep us updated. Okay, so let me just quickly give you the steps that from where you could download this particular report. So as you can see that right now I am on the NSC's website homepage. So let me just scroll down a little bit and locate the corporate announcements tab right here. Next, what I will do is I'll click on view all. I'll scroll down a little bit and locate the insider trading tab right here. So I'll click on the insider trading. Okay. Let me just tell you that why I am trying to do this analysis. The aim of this analysis is to make a watch list to do swing trading. So for swing trading, I'm going to consider the report of previous 3 months. So as you can see in this particular row, we have multiple time frames for which you could download this report. So I'll go ahead and select the 3 months data as I'm trying to make a watch list for my swing trading. So once it gets loaded, you click on this download button and an Excel file will be downloaded. So I have already downloaded this. So let me just quickly go ahead and open this Excel sheet. Okay. So as you can see, the name of this Excel sheet mentions the date that this report includes. That is from 12th of August to 12th of November. That is exactly 3 months. Okay, don't get worried, guys. As you can see, this is a quite big worksheet to handle, but don't get worried. We don't have to crunch each and every detail present in this particular Excel sheet. So before moving any further, let me just tell you that we have to filter this Excel sheet down. So let me just quickly apply the filter. Okay, so we have to apply first the filter on the category of person, that is the E column. So I want this category of person as promoter group or promoters only. I don't want anything else like immediate relatives, key managerial personnel, etc. etc. I only want promoter and promoter groups as my entry. So let me just quickly delete all the rows which contains otherwise. Okay. Let me just select the rows real quick. Alt touch delete rows. Yeah. Okay. The next filter would be applied on the mode of acquisition, that is S column. So I want the mode of acquisition as market purchase only. I do not want ESOP, gift, market sale, public right, pledge creation, etc. etc. I only want market purchase as my entry. So let me just quickly go ahead and delete all the rows which does not have market purchase as their entry. Okay, once you have done that, let me just remove the filter. We don't need it anymore right now. Okay, the next thing to do is as you can see in this Excel sheet, we have almost 10 or 11 columns. But let me just quickly tell you that we don't want all the columns. I only want two columns, that is the symbol column and the value of security column. The two columns are highlighted in the screen right now. Okay, so why I'm considering the value of security column is because that through this analysis I want to study the flow of actual money in the market, and that's why I'm considering the value of security for my analysis. Okay, saying that, let me just quickly delete all the columns except those two. Okay, so let me just widen these column. Okay, so as you might notice that in the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th row, the symbol name are repeating itself. So this would create a problem in doing the further analysis, or rather I should say it would be more complex doing the analysis in this way. So to avoid this redundancy in the symbol names, what I want is I want a consolidated form of data for this particular table. So let me just quickly use the consolidated data tool that Excel provides us with. So I'll select the table. I want the top row left column. I'll add this table. I'll press OK. Okay, next what I want is next filter would be on the value of security. I will consider doing analysis for only those symbols in which the value of security is greater than 1 crore. Okay, now this lower bound of 1 crore is according to my rules. You can change this rule, you can change the lower bound to 80 lakhs, 95 lakhs or whatever value you seem fit for your analysis, but as per my rule I'll consider it as 1 crore only. So let me just sort it from largest to smallest and delete all the symbols which have a value less than 1 crore. Okay, after that let me just copy these symbols, and now we will move to our insider trading master sheet. Now if you guys want to know that how I created this particular master sheet from scratch, I would highly recommend you guys to go and watch the playlist trading on insider information. I'll provide you the link below in the description box. Also you could click on the I button and see the playlist. Okay, so let me just paste it down. Kindly ignore the change in the color fill of the cells. I'll explain that in a moment. Okay, so what is the purpose of maintaining a master sheet? So let me just give you a quick answer that in the starting of the video itself I told you guys that this report gets updated on a daily basis on the NSC's website. Okay, so in order to keep pace, we have to do this analysis on a daily basis. Okay, so now as you can see, according to our filtering till now, we have almost 100 stocks, almost 100 symbols in our watch list. So it is not possible for us to do the further analysis of all the 100 stocks on a daily basis. So that's why I maintain a master sheet which helps me to know that for which stocks I have already done the further analysis, and I could just ignore those stocks for the time being. Okay, so for that I apply simply conditional formatting in Excel. So let me just apply the conditional formatting, and that will tell us for which symbols I have already done the further analysis. Okay, so as you can see, I have not done the analysis of MMP and Graves Scott. So for today, I have to do the analysis of only these two stocks. Okay, so rest all the stocks I have done the analysis for. Okay, now as you can see, some of the stocks in this master column, as you might call it, some of the cells are not light red. So these are the symbols which does not fit into the criteria on the basis of which we done the filtering in the previous Excel sheet. So we have to delete these symbols from our master column. We can do it later, but for now let's quickly do the analysis of MMP and Graves Scott. So let me just copy this. Let me just copy these two down and paste it right here in our master column. Okay, so I'll copy the symbol name and let's move back to our uh, NSC's website. Okay, so after copying the symbol name, I will paste it in the company tab right here and click on the MMP Industries Limited. Next, what I'll do is I'll click on the symbol MMP. Okay, so it will redirect us to a page that is strictly dedicated for the MMP. So now I'll scroll down and locate the corporate information tab right here. Okay, now it brings us to the very crucial part of our analysis, and the real analysis actually starts from this point. So we have to check four things, namely the shareholding pattern, the SAS regulation, the promoter encumbrance, and the earnings per share that will be available on the financial results. Okay, so I'll walk you down through the detailed steps in a moment. So first one is shareholding patterns. In the shareholding patterns, what I have to check is I want to see that the shareholding of promoter and promoter groups, to be very precise, the latest shareholding of promoter and promoter groups that has been reported to the NSE should be greater than 50%. As you can see in the first row, first column, it is 73.85% for this particular stock, and that is greater than 50%. So it passes our criteria. Next, what I have to check is that in the last 6 months, yeah, the time frame is important. In the last 6 months, I have to look that has any institutional investor or any promoter group have sold the stock or not. If anyone has sold the stock, by anyone I mean the institutional investor and promoters. So if anyone has sold the stock in the last 6 months, then it fails to pass our barrier of SAS regulation. So that information will get right here. So as you can see that there has not been any selling reported to the NSE in the recent 6 months. So it passes our criteria. Next one is promoter encumbrance detail. In this, look out for the last column which says percentage of shares pledged. According to my rule, the percentage of shares pledged should be 0%. Again, according to, you can change the, you can bend the rules according to your needs, according to the analysis you seem best fit for you. But as per my rule, I want the percentage of shares pledged to be 0%. So as you can see, it is 0% for MMP, so it passes that criteria too. The last one is an optional one, that is earnings per share, and we will get that in the financial results tab. So the earnings per share should be a positive number. It might be a very small number, but it should be positive. It should not be negative. That is enough for my analysis. Okay, so as you can see, the latest earnings per share is a positive number. Again, let me just quickly give you a crucial point. You have to check the latest earnings per share, not the previous ones. So the latest earnings per share reported to the NSE is a positive number, so it passes all the four criterias according to my analysis. So let me just quickly color code it as green. Before that, let me just delete all these stocks. We don't need them anymore uh, once we have copied the symbol names in our master column. We don't need them anymore. So I'll use the format painter and color code it as green. So okay, so again, this makes to our watch list. The MMP has made it to our watch list, but there is some more analysis that is left before we make a position in this particular stock. I'll explain them in a moment, but before that, let me just quickly analyze the Graves Scott. So I'll copy it down once again. We'll move through the NSC's website, and I'll paste the name in the company name here. It is Greaves Cotton Limited. I apologize if I am pronouncing the name wrong. So click on this, click on the symbol of Greaves Scott. Okay, next click on the corporate information, and now we have to repeat all the four steps which we did for the MMP. So first one is shareholding pattern. As you can see, the shareholding pattern is 54.82%, so it is greater than 50%, so it passes the criteria very easily. Next one is SAS regulation. So okay, SAS regulation looks good, as the latest the latest selling that has been reported is far beyond our point, that is 6 months. It is 3 July 2018, so it passes the criteria too. Next, the third one is promoter encumbrance. So percentage of shares pledged should be 0%. It passes this criteria also. The last one is an optional one. I may sometimes consider it or I may sometimes ignore it, and that is the earnings per share. So I'll get that thing in the financial results. Okay, as you can see, the earnings per share is a negative number. But again, as I said, that this is an optional criteria. So I'll do the further analysis for this particular stock because it passed all the three uh, crucial barriers. So let me just color code it as yellow. I color code them as red, green, and yellow in our master column. Red represent that it fails to pass any one of the crucial criteria, and yellow represent that it passed all the three crucial criterias, but it failed to pass the optional criteria, that is the earnings per share. And the green suggests that it has passed all the four criterias, namely shareholding pattern, SAS regulation, promoter encumbrance, and the earnings per share. Okay, now let's do the further analysis of the MMP. Okay, now it's an important decision for us to make that at which price point should we make an entry to this particular stock. So for that, what I want to do is I will calculate the average price at which the promoters or promoter groups made an entry into this particular stock. Now, how will I calculate that? So for that, let's go back to the NSE website once again. I'll spell MMP. Okay, now this time what I have to do is I'll download the insider trading report of MMP only, and of course the time frame is 3 months. So I'll click on the download button right here, and it will download an Excel file. I have already downloaded it, so let's just go to the Excel sheet. Okay, so again we have to filter this data down. We have to apply the same filter as we have applied in the previous Excel sheet. So the first filter would be on the category of person. As you can see, all the category of person is promoter or promoter groups, so we don't have to delete any rows. Next filter would be on the mode of acquisition, that is the S column, and it should be market purchase strictly. Sometimes it can be interstate transfer. I sometimes ignore the interstate transfer and I take that into consideration. I don't delete it while calculating the average price, not while we are shortlisting the stocks. Okay, so as you can see, these we don't have to delete any rows according to our filters. So let's just now calculate the average price at which the promoters made an entry to this particular stock. Okay, so for that I'll sum the total number of securities that has been bought by the promoters, and I'll just quickly drag it to the total value of security. The total value of security represent at what total value the promoters have invested, and the total number of security represents that how many number of securities they bought. Okay, now to reach at the average price, it is a simple maths. We have to just divide the total value by total number. So okay, so let me just boil it down to two decimal places. Yeah, it's done. So it is 70.66, 78.66. Highlight, let me just highlight it. I'll copy it down and paste. Okay, 78.66. So let me just write it down. 0.66. Yeah. Okay, so let's just now check the price at which the MMP is currently trading. So yeah, as you can see, it's currently trading at 80 rupees. That is above the price at which the promoters made an entry. Now, let me just give you a hint here that uh, it is very difficult, if not impossible, to make a trade at the exact average price point. So we would take a range of plus minus 5% or plus minus 3% according to our needs. Okay, so I would not recommend to go beyond plus minus 5%. So if it falls within the range of plus minus 5%, then you could do the further analysis. One more analysis is left before making a position. We have to know the liquidity risk in this particular stock. If the volume is too low in this particular stock, then I would recommend not to trade in this particular stock. Also, I forgot to mention a vital detail. In the insider trading report of the MMP itself, the date of allotment is a vital information. Now, how this is relevant is how this date is relevant is beyond the scope of this video. For that, I would highly recommend you to go and check out the fourth part of my playlist, Trading on Insider Information. I'll give you the link of the fourth part of the video individually in the description box below. Also, you could click on the I button and see the fourth part of the uh, playlist, Trading on Insider Information. In that, I have explained in detail that what is the significance of the date at which the stocks were allotted. Okay, so next on the list for which we have to calculate the average price point is Graves Scott. So for that we will repeat the steps. I'll go to the NSE's website. It is Graves Scott. Uh, Let me just copy it down. Okay, it was Grieve Scott, not Grave. Sorry. Yeah, Greaves Cotton Limited. Okay, now I'll download the insider trading report of Greaves Scott. I'll open the Excel file. Uh, okay, next what I have to do is I'll apply the same filters that I have explained in the previous Excel sheet. So let me just widen the column and see if any row we have to delete. Okay, so we don't have to delete any rows as per the filter in the category of person. Next, I'll check the mode of acquisition. So as you can see, all the mode of acquisition is market purchase only. So now we'll get back to our calculation and make our hands dirty with the calculation. So okay, yeah, and I'll drag it down to the value of security, and let's just divide it by total number of security and boil it down to two decimal places, 102.41. Now again we have to check the significance of date of allotment. It is a very vital information that what price movements have been after the allotment date. It is very crucial to make a position, and of course the liquidity risk we have to check. That also I am explained in the playlist, Trading on Insider Information, that how to calculate the average volume and what volume is optimum for making a trade. So okay, so 102.41, let's just check that what is the current trading price. uh, okay, it's 71.85. It is way below our average calculated price. Again, as I said before, that it is very difficult to make an entry in the stock at the exact average price which we calculated. So we have to follow plus minus 5% or plus minus 3%. Okay, so let me just uh, note it down, 102.41. 102.41 rupees. Okay, so that's all for today's analysis. And if you guys are liking that what I am doing here on my channel, then please do like my videos. If you're liking that, I'm not just telling you how to do the analysis, but I'm actually doing it for you guys from scratch. Then please like, and if you have any complaints, any suggestions, please I request you to go and comment in the comment section below. Okay, thank you for watching.